like you more than I like sandwiches. Thanks. It's Johnny! I'm firing up the big guns. We're taking a break from scraping the ceilings and we're gonna take out this wall. The refrigerator we bought for a really good deal is about 2 inches too big to fit in here and it's just in the way. So for the sake of having a nice fridge, we're gonna knock out this short little wall. Should be a fairly simple process. I've already turned off all the power. I've already checked, it's not load bearing, so out it goes. Just so you know guys, today I'm not feeling all that great. My sinuses have been acting up. So if I sound off or sound like I'm not really excited, it's because my head's in the clouds and I'm gonna try to have to focus while I do this. So might not be much commentary, but I'll fill you in as we go and let you know how it's turning out.
For the sake of the flow of this, the dining room is quite small, but our table will fit. We're going to leave the built-in. We're going to just do regular walls, just like the rest of the house. It'll have the nice flooring, and we figured out that the flooring will transition just fine into the living room because our table is not as big as we thought. So our table will fit here without hanging out into the living room or the hallway, and then getting rid of the divider just makes it so the fridge can fit, like Kenneth was saying, but also it just makes it so that the dining room flows into the living room or into the kitchen. This is not a big space. There's no way to make this a bigger space. This entire house, I think, was built around the living room, which is also not huge, but the living room is the focal point. So everything else is quite condensed. So getting rid of the wall will just make this more of an open flow, and the table will go right here. And luckily the table will fit without going into the living room because that was one of the main concerns.
Yeah, the dining room is 11 foot and the table is 7 foot. So we got room on each end for a chair.
It will fit.
Whoever's against the window is gonna have to think small. Take this light switch out. No, what'd you do? Did you tear it up? I'm gonna turn the power back on, double check what this light switch controls. I believe it controls the light above the dining room, but just to be 100% sure before I take this wall out, I need to know where it goes. I'll be back.
It's that fan right there. That came on when you hit that.
Yeah, but why aren't those coming on?
Those are, I feel like I found those at one point. I don't know. But that fan's going away anyway. I don't know why that's not coming on.
Yeah, but I need to turn the power off to it.
Oh.
I discovered that this thing might not be connected to the breaker because it doesn't turn off when you do it in the dining room. It doesn't turn off when you do it in the kitchen. So we're just gonna cover it up and roll with it. Put your glasses back on. Go down to the next section. Hit it like a home run. There you go.
Hold on.
Wow, Hawker. It just protects the edge of the drywall. This is how you master the Kung Fu. Too late. I'm gonna use my Sawzall and we're gonna cut those studs out. Let's see. Lydia asked how I knew this was a non-load bearing wall. There's some very quick and easy ways to do it. One thing is the house is shorter this way than it is running with the kitchen. So that tells me the rafter joists are running this direction, and this beam right here on the other side of the kitchen wall supports the ceiling joist up here. So this runs with the ceiling joist, it holds no weight. If it runs 90 degrees to the ceiling joist, it's a load bearing wall and carries weight. To be 100% sure, I crawled up in the ceiling and double checked just to make sure they did run this direction. I walked over to this end of the house up in the attic, double checked. If this was a load bearing wall, we could come back and support it with a beam running across. But since it's not important, we're just gonna take it right out and it'll just blend in with the rest of the kitchen and the dining room. And we also have to take out this little section of cabinets on the backside here, which will be interesting because I've got to take out half of them, not all of them. Well, they didn't work on scoring that, so. All right. Yep, it's a hammer job.
So Dad, are we also gonna do the wall in here?
Are we also gonna do the wall in here? I need my short pry bar.
Are you afraid of the loudness? No. Get outside.
That's really a nice thing.
Okay. So.
What are you looking at? What are you looking for? What's going on?
Well, because this drywall doesn't join up on a seam, they put it's not a true top plate, but they put a overhanging piece on this top plate here to catch this edge of the drywall. So there's nothing right here. So this will probably have to get cut back to the next panel. so it overlaps here. Because when I pulled this whole brace piece up here is gonna come down with it. But for now, I would like to leave it intact as much as I can. But that means I need to scrape this drywall off and find the nail holes and get them out of the drywall. Can you bring me my scraper?
While Kenneth gets that ready to take those cabinets off, another good piece of small news. If you are following me on Instagram particularly, the air conditioning was one of the things that we knew. It's really old. It didn't pass inspection because it came on, but it did not blow cold air. So we didn't know like how big of an issue it was. The furnace system runs on propane. So we had an AC guy, a heating and cooling guy, come out.
Professional.
Professional. Because there's a lot of things that we can do on our own. There's just some things like electrical and AC and furnace that it's not our thing. But there was like a twofold: good news, bad news. Good news: the AC is on. It is cool in here. It is blowing cold air. Bad news is most AC systems, if you get 10 years out of them, that's good. If you get 12 years out of them, that's great. This system is 22 years old. So essentially, the AC guy was like, good news, it's on, it's working. Bad news is that any day after today is a miracle when it comes to that. And my response to him was, it's a good thing that I serve a God who works miracles. So we are just praying that the AC will hold out for as long as possible until we can factor it into the budget to get the AC replaced without it being an emergency situation. But come what may, we'll handle it accordingly. But the AC is on and it is running.
That's trash. These paneling nails with that ring shanker, a bit of a booger sometimes. Better cut that a smidge more. Have I ever told you that I'm not a trained professional?
Easily be a
See, told you it wasn't connected to anything.
Oh.
To keep all this insulation up in the attic until I get a piece of drywall to fix all this, I'm just going to put this little board right across here to support everything, and then this wire is going to have to be woven down through the wall to hook all these outlets back up. But that can be whenever I go to patch all this stuff at the same time.
Should I be holding this?
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Okay.
You just can't touch more than one wire at a time.
Okay. Our life insurance is through Brian.
Okay. Hey, look, you can call and tell him we don't need him.
Got it. Anywhere?
Out of the way.
Trash. So.
What? Why is everything trash?
Because we bought a bargain house. Everything is trash because we bought a bargain house.
Taking down the wall went fairly easy. It was a little trickier than I thought. I'm gonna have to get another chunk of drywall, fill in this hole, fill in that crack. I knew I was gonna have to do that. And then we'll have to trim out the end of this cabinet whenever we get time and get ready for that kitchen project. It will happen before we mud everything. That way we can have all the drywall in the house done at the same time. Floor, I'm not going to worry about that for now because it'll eventually get replaced. And we have to get a junction box and feed this wire down through the backside of the wall to join the rest of the outlets here in the dining room. But other than that, that's about it for the day.
Thanks for watching, you guys, and thank you for subscribing. We have a lot of new subscribers, and we're so thankful that you guys are watching and sharing in this adventure with us. If you haven't already, go to the description of this episode, and you can follow me on all of the other socials. I'm there as @Lydia_KYL as well. I'm very easy to find on all the other platforms, and I would love to see new followers there as well. We'll see you guys back next time, and as always, thank you for following along.